Hello, sweet friends. So glad to be here with you again for this Yoga Nidra monthly attunement. If you haven't already, please get yourself cozy and symmetrical. You can be on your back, in your bed, on the earth. Support the head, the knees, cover the body, the eyes. Put anything into the space that will help you to relax, to feel safe, supported. And once you start to settle, you're always welcome to wiggle, get out any little movements. Take a few cleansing, grounding breaths in through the nose and out the mouth, beginning to let the breath travel from the belly up into the lungs. And as you come into this Yoga Nidra, this deep rest, this awakening through sleep, we invoke the quality of balance. This time of year is equal light and dark before we shift into the extremes of the longer nights on one side of the planet and longer days on the other. Twice a year, we have this invitation to cultivate balance. And balance is an ideal. It's a quality, it's abstract. The definition changes. In the philosophy of yoga, we are often exploring balance through relationship, the relationship between the inhale and exhale, the physical body and the breath body, the upper and lower body, between ourselves and other. And at different times, these relationships feel more or less equal, and at other times, one is more emphasized. And that is part of following the wheel of the year, following the lunar cycles, as most ancient traditions have done and continue to do. This idea that there is a sort of universal guiding system to whether we are exerting more or resting more in the light or in the dark. And so we begin this practice with the balancing of the body and the breath, having taken the time to feel supported, safe, comfortable, cozy, and symmetrical. So just noticing the back of the body, feeling supported and grounded. Feel the right side of the body and the left side, just noticing if either side needs more support. And then scanning the front. And once you are 100% sure that you are as comfortable as you can be, we bring the attention to the breath and a simple balancing breath. So breathing in and out through the nose, you'll just begin to count the breath. Inhaling for 2 or 3 or 4, and then exhaling for the same amount. So the goal here is balanced breath in and out, equal breath in and out. And for some of you, this breath can extend to 6, 7, 8, and for others, it might be more comfortable at 2 or 3. We're not trying to force the breath. And as you follow this count, equal inhale and exhale, the body continues to relax deeper into its symmetrical support. And just let your attention move to the breath, releasing anything happening outside of the space, turning inward, balancing the body and the breath. And as the breath balances, the mind follows, then the emotions, and then the spirit. Equal breath in Equal breath out. And then let go of the count. Allow the breath to become effortless for a moment. And again, feel the back of the body. Effortless breath as you sense the back of the body. Anything in contact with the back of the body. And breathe into the right side of the body. Anything in contact with the right side. And the left side. Anything connecting, touching the left side. And then again, the front of the body, the air, and anything in contact with the front of the body. Now bringing your attention to the space between your eyebrows. This is the part of the practice where we set the sankalpa, the affirmation, the longing. But for today, I'm going to ask you to focus on the space between the eyebrows, like a dark screen. And then call to mind the image of a scale or a set of scales. And this might be scales that you think of for measuring food or the scales of justice. But in general, it's a metal contraption that has two sides that can lift and lower, and then a measuring weight in the center. And just allow any image of the scales to come into your mind. It's okay if it's not clear. And scales are used for weighing food or gold or jewels, or again, depending on where you are and what you're doing and the time period you're in, the mythology you're in. But for now, there's nothing on the scales. And as they sit in balance. And so we start this practice with the image of scales that are empty and balanced. And as you put your attention and your breath to this image, just notice if anything arises. This empty scale in perfect balance. And then allow that image to relax for a moment. And bring your attention to your right nostril. And as you inhale, breathe up the right nostril to the third eye. And then exhale, imagine you're breathing down your left nostril. And then you inhale up the left nostril to the third eye. Exhale out the right. Inhale right to the third eye. Exhale left. So this is Nadi Shodhana, version of Nadi Shodhana. You're exhaling and inhaling up the same side. And at the top of the inhale, you pause at the third eye. And we're not, again, forcing the breath. We're just allowing the breath. And this might be enough for you right now. But if it's comfortable, when you breathe up into the third eye, come back to that image of the scales. And as you breathe into the right nostril, the scale on the right tilts up. And then as you breathe to the left tilts up. And so we start to just get this sense as we balance the sides, right, of one side moving and then the other. As we breathe up and down, beginning to sense the way the scales shift. And the next time you exhale out the left nostril, let it go. Let go of any control over the breath. Feel the space between the eyebrows. And again, the scales fade if they had reappeared. And now with the third eye, we see a 5-pointed star. All your attention on a 5-pointed star in the third eye. And we'll create a constellation of 5-pointed stars through the 61 points of the body and the chakra system. 5-pointed star at the forehead. 5-pointed star at the hollow of the throat. 5-pointed star in the right shoulder, right elbow, right wrist. Little 5-pointed stars in the tip of the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Feel the stars in the fingertips and place one in the palm of the right hand. Feel the right hand, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, the whole right arm and hand filled with 5-pointed stars. Back to the 5-pointed star at the hollow of the throat and a 5-pointed star in the left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, little 5-pointed stars at the tip of the left finger or the left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring, and pinky finger. 5-pointed stars in the left thumb and fingers. Place one at the palm of the hand, the whole left hand. Feeling the stars at the left wrist, elbow, shoulder, the whole left arm, constellation of stars. Back to the 5-pointed star at the hollow of the throat. And then feeling a 5-pointed star at the center of the chest. 5-pointed star to the right side of the chest. Back to center. 5-pointed star on the left side. Back to center. A 5-pointed star in your solar plexus. A 5-pointed star in your low belly. 5-pointed star in your right hip, right knee, right ankle. Little 5-pointed stars in the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe. Feeling the toes in the right foot and a 5-pointed star in the sole of the foot. Back up through the stars of the right ankle, knee, hip, the whole right leg and foot. 5-pointed stars. Back to the 5-pointed star in the low belly and the 5-pointed star in the left hip, knee, ankle. 5-pointed stars, little 5-pointed stars in the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, pinky toe. The left toes and foot with the 5-pointed star in the sole of the foot. Back up through the left ankle, knee, hip, the whole left leg, 5-pointed stars, left leg and foot. Back to the star in the low belly, and then a 5-pointed star at the tailbone, the base of the spine. As you feel into the star at the base of the spine, we invoke, I balance my physical world. I balance my physical world. I balance my physical world. Feeling into the 5-pointed star in the low belly. And we invoke, I balance my emotional world. I balance my emotional world. I balance my emotional world. sensing the 5-pointed star in the solar plexus, and we invoke, I balance my energetic world. I balance my energetic world. I balance my energetic world. As we come into the heart and the 5-pointed star in the heart, we invoke, I harmonize my heart space. I harmonize my heart space. I harmonize my heart space. Feeling the 5-pointed star in the throat, and we invoke, I harmonize my truth. I harmonize my truth. I harmonize my truth. Feeling the 5-pointed star in the space between the eyebrows. And we invoke, I bring balance to my intuition. I bring balance to my intuition. I bring balance to my intuition. And a 5-pointed star appears at the crown of the head. And as we rest in the star at the crown, we invoke, I balance and harmonize my spirit. I balance and harmonize my spirit. I balance and harmonize my spirit. And then just allow the breath to feel the current that flows between the crown, the forehead, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the low belly, and the tailbone. This is the central channel, the Sushumna Nadi, and the breath travels effortlessly up and down, balancing and harmonizing the central channel, the energy centers, all the realms of our existence. And as the breath just follows this pathway, allow it to become dark. What is it like to travel this channel in the dark? To move in the dark, to balance and harmonize in the dark. What comes up when we are trying to find balance in the dark? Do we lose our way? Does it become more felt? And then suddenly this central channel becomes light, filled with light. What changes when we balance and harmonize in the light? And we're following light through the central channel. What comes up here? Is it easier? More challenging? And then this movement becomes dark again, and you are moving from the tailbone to the crown in the dark, following this channel in the dark. And everything that comes with trying to balance and harmonize the dark. And then we welcome back light. And how do we balance and harmonize with light? And then dark. And then dark and light. How can this energy move, balancing dark and light? And then let it go. Let it go. Bring your attention back to the space between the eyebrows. And as you rest back into the space between the eyebrows, call back that image of the scales. And maybe it's more clear. Maybe it's changed. Maybe you can see the place the scales are set. And as we call in the scales, we also call in all these different colored crystals. And as they appear, these different colors, they represent everything in our world: work, fun, family, challenge, health. And because we all are carrying different experiences, they may be different things. And as you look at the scales and all these crystals off to the sides, intuitively ask the scales to show you what your balance is now. The right side of the scales is what you put out to the world. And the left side is what you bring in for yourself. Ask the scales to show you what your balance is. And then trust what comes up. And notice which side of the scale is higher or lower. Begin to observe what the crystals on either side mean for you. And without judgment, without criticism, just receive this image of your balance right now of what you are giving out and what you are taking in. And as you sit with this, we acknowledge that we're sitting in a time where we are encouraged to find balance, even just briefly. And with that intuitive vision, you can start to ask the scales to adjust. Take things off one side, add things to another. If you could right now, what would your perfect balance be of what you're putting out and what you're bringing in? What would those crystals represent on either side? And it doesn't mean the scale are perfectly balanced, because oftentimes our lives require one or the other to be higher. But for this time of year, we seek a moment of equanimity. And you can be creative and playful here. And any other emotions are completely fine. It's not always easy to balance the scales. But when they feel as aligned as they can be right now, let yourself sit back and meditate on them. The colors, the formation, the balance. Let this imprint into the intuitive center. This is our intention. Our intention to balance and harmonize, just as we are balancing and harmonizing the light and the dark. We balance and harmonize our own physical, emotional, energetic world, our hearts, our truth, our intuition, our connection to spirit. I harmonize and balance. I harmonize and balance. I harmonize and balance for the highest good of my soul purpose at this time. As you rest back, the image of the scales fades, but it continues to be with you like a seed planted as we move through this month. And you settle into the back body, and the whole back body deeply resting. And the right side of the body, the whole right side of the body. And the left side of the body, the whole left side. The front of the body, the whole front of the body. The central channel, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And the whole body balanced, front and back, right and left, above and below, inhale and exhale, light and dark. I am harmonizing and balancing for the highest good of my soul purpose at this time. I am harmonized and balanced for the highest good of my soul purpose at this time. Rest and receive this balance, this harmony, this wholeness. And you can continue to rest and absorb this practice. Or you can begin to feel the breath moving through you. You don't have to count, but see if you can sense the steadiness, the equanimity of the inhale and the exhale. And maybe the breath does deepen, lengthen, and you can invite back movement. Or you can simply roll to one side. And if you are moving on with your day or your night, take your time. Take a moment of gratitude to honor yourself for practicing. May the benefits of this practice support you, your loved ones, all beings in the world. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Many blessings, and I hope we meet again soon. Thank you.